beautiful morning. You're welcome to Women's Corner. My name is Rose Blossom. Of course, it's program noon, and of course, it's with me always. It's amazing to be here again because we are close to the end of the month, and of course, April is fast approaching. The Ramadan probably by that time will be off, and we'll start the Easter, the Fridays, the chicken and the joyous moments, coming up again. But of course, it's still a beautiful day, and of course, most people on Mondays are very, very enthusiastic to actually go about their day and their job very well. So you're welcome to the show. To watch this program live, you can go through our YouTube or Facebook channel at Galaxy TV News. And we have other YouTube channels, of course, which you can like, subscribe, and share. We have Galaxy TV Comedy, we have Galaxy TV Entertainment, we have Galaxy TV Vibes. Vibes is where we have all of our recap moments right there. And the comedy is, of course, to laugh out loud. Make your problems, make your worries go away. And we have an app on Google Play Store and Apple Play Store where you can download Galaxy Television Live, Galaxy Television app to actually watch all the Galaxy programs live from there. You're welcome to the show again. Today is quite interesting because over time, because as we see the year is running fast out, so we thought about it and what is the best thing to talk about when it comes to women and even families handling their positions when it comes to how time runs fast. It's all about time management, and that is what we are talking about. Time management for women, for married women, for single ladies, for people who are planning to get married, for people who are in a relationship. There is how you have to manage your time. It's not just for the married ones. It's also for the single ones, the ones who are still pretty young in school and they're ready to, have become a couple in the next few years. This program and today's topic is just to help you manage your time and of course make sure that you have the right plans. Okay, before I introduce my guest for today, she's an amazing person, but of course I would like to go for a tip first, and the tip is time management. Of course, we're talking about time management, so we have to do that first. So let's take this tip for time management, and we'll be right back to introduce our guest for today. And of course, we'll have enough ample time to discuss about time management. So we'll be right back. Take the tip. We'll be right back. All right, welcome back here to Watching Women's Corner. And of course, that's the amazing tip for time management. Yes, so let me introduce our guest for today. Her name is Sheun David Olumide. She is a self-mastery coach. She is a resource engineer. She's the founder of Adiva by Design Resource Company. Good morning, Mrs. Sheun. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you doing this morning?
I'm fine, thank you. How are you doing too?
I'm doing amazing and well. Thank you so much for asking. Okay, so while we're talking, why I wanted to bring you on the show, you said you wanted to talk about time management, and I'm sure there is a drive. There's a reason for picking that particular topic. So first, before I start asking my own questions, I want to ask, what was the reason behind your choice of topic for today?
All right, thank you so much for having me. I appreciate everyone that is also listening, and I hope that it forms a point of reference for something good for problem solving sometimes. Because I have this echo, so it's kind of bothering me. I don't know how I can do it.
Okay.
Is there a way to stop that?
Okay, it's echoing for you.
Yes, please.
Okay, all right. Yes, you can. Go ahead.
All right. So what connected me or what drives me to talk about it is actually problem solving as a woman. As a young lady, and then shortly after marrying, having children, I began to realize that what I thought will be an incident in my life is actually a process and it is progressive. Meaning, as a young girl, I had pressures. As a married woman, I had pressures. As a mom, I had pressures. So as much as I am a very, very meticulous person, whether with my finances or with my time, I try to be very intentional and all that. I realized that conditions of living kept changing. And it looks as if I had to keep on, growing or living day to day, just trying to catch up with everything. The
Yeah.
pressure was too much. So
Mm.
it led me to finding out how best to create systems in my life that will help me to achieve all that I want to achieve without losing my life.
Mm.
I don't know if there's someone there right now that would really catch on to that. At some point, money feels like the majority you need to pursue. At some point, it is academics, and then you have ambition as a woman, and you can be excluded from things just because you are female. I'm speaking because this is a women's corner program,
Yeah.
but this is not particular to just women. So, and I'm using myself as an example because I'm a woman. So I
Yeah.
realized that things were not going to change. I need to build systems that would help me to manage my time well to achieve all that I need to achieve
Yeah.
in my lifetime. I don't want anybody saying stories for me.
Okay, so tell me, how were you able to manage all of this? Because for you to have said you want to talk about it and you mentioned all of this, being single, getting married, there are a lot of things, so much that I feel a lot of women just want to settle down, but they do not even understand how much settling down, having a family, having an extended family, how it will consume them, that they probably don't even have enough time to focus on everything that has to do with them, their family, even the same family they're just about to build. So how were you able to manage and pull through?
Okay, how I was able to manage was I started to use my life as the experiment lab for time management.
Yeah.
As a woman, first of all, because the pressure was much at the time I founded my company. The pressure as a mom was much. So I started working out to do like a schedule for myself from time to time.
Yeah.
And I watched out for the things that were not working after I have written my to-do, planned my time, and I saw, okay, I still run into this problem. I'll ask myself question, why did I still have this problem? Why didn't it work out? What can I do next time that can make it better? That's one. Then another thing is, I watched people that seem to be accomplishing the kind of things that I want to do. And I try to check it into their lives to see what it looks like. And I observe a lot. Like, okay, do these people, I think someone, for instance, and I notice you travel a lot and you have kids. I try to find out how are they doing it. So I recognize some of the things they put in. I see whether I can work it in my own life. If it's not working, I look for alternative. And then lastly, as I was growing in what I was doing, I was helping other people. So when I talk to people and they're like, oh, I have this issue, I don't even know what to do, I don't know how to go about this. I listen to their issues and try to find a way to resolve it, not just for them, but for any other person that will connect to them or that might connect with me. So that's what led me to building programs, and systems that can always now be sellable. So you can tell me something right now and say this is what I'm experiencing. I can do a particular program to work for yourself that helps you. So that's how I solve my problem.
Amazing. Thank you very much for sharing that one. So let me go over to my question when it comes to time management. I'm going to start from young adults. Let's say people are ladies in university, young girls who are in university. A lot of them right now, they're focusing on their books and everything. But there is this important part of where they have to learn to manage their time or planning before they come out into, like they'll say the labor market. And some people say the favor market, depends on how they want to put it. But my major question is, a lot of people tend to, that period of leaving secondary school to university, some persons still manage their timing very well. But I realized that most persons, after service, after schooling and they are doing their youth service, there is this time where they are I don't know, they feel lost. They feel like they don't know what to do next. They probably don't have plans just in case you don't get your dream job or the kind of job you want. So I want you to use your expertise to advise young ladies who are about leaving school, who are probably about to serve. They have not even started serving yet, so they still have ample time to plan and make sure they manage their time properly. So what would you advise them to do before they start thinking, I don't know, some persons get married in school, some people while they are serving, but for those who want to achieve a little bit more before they decide to settle down or do whatever they need to do, how would you advise them, or what would you advise them to do right after, before service or after service, or during the process of getting a job or trying to build their career to a particular position before they settle down? What would you advise them to do so they can manage their time very well and be very productive, so they don't have to look back in time and say, had I known, I wish I had done this, I had done that, and achieved this before I say I want to marry or get married, or before I say, okay, now I want to go for my PhD or whatever. What would you advise them to do in that period?
Right, thank you. The first shocker that I discovered after I began to work as Diva coaching, the fact that time management is not actually you writing down your to-do list, setting your watch, and saying I'm going to be at this particular meeting at this time, and you are there. Well, I don't know if you can relate to that, but that was all I knew prior to when I began to build my programs. So I discovered that working according to the clock, like the regular clock, is not going to work. You're going to have to find what your clock is. And the way to do that for this category of people that you're talking about is self-awareness. Self-awareness is key to time management. You've got to learn how you work. You've got to learn how you operate. You've got to learn what and where you are going before you can actually be successful with time management. So if you're in school right now, I'll say take self-awareness seriously. If there are courses that you want to take, you want to maybe further your education after this particular certificate that you're working towards, you should first give priority to courses that lead you to self-awareness and in discovering who you are, who you want to be. I didn't say what, who you are, who you want to be, and who you can be. These three stages are very, very important. Now, you might want to find that out where your career is concerned, or where your relationship, like marital journey, is concerned, where maybe relocating, whatever aspect of your life, you need to find self-awareness. Then the second thing is you need to build systems. And at this particular phase, that system is what I call your network. When you discover who you want to be, you need to intentionally begin to build a network of people around you that makes it impossible for you to get out of that mood. So let's say, for instance, you have intention of pursuing your master's immediately you are out of school. Find 2, 3, 4 people, 5 people that you know will be close to you and they are pursuing the same thing. Maybe one person is pursuing, or 2 people is pursuing their master's. Find someone that have already pursued. Find someone that did it and felt like it was not what they wanted to do. Find someone that started and stopped. I counted 5 people like that. So find that kind of network around you. You need to put them into your immediate category of what you say, relationship as friends, or mentors, or mentees, whatever you want to call them. Just make sure that they are in your life. They could be your siblings. You focus on them. That's how you start building systems for yourself. So when you have that, you know that whatever you do, you have people that will constantly bring the picture of where you want to go in your face. So I use masters as an example, but it can be anything. And the last part is a program I offer. I call it Year Plan. Year Plan is what I use to train people to be self-aware. Is a program that helps people to get self-aware quickly and then be able to form the right systems around themselves so that they can project what they want in the nearest future. But I'll give 4 things for the purpose of this show right now. Do I have time? I can give 4 clues quickly.
Okay.
That can be used.
Okay, yeah. Yes, you can give 4 clues, but before we take that 4 clues, I want us to take a little break first. So let's just chill a little bit. We'll come back again. Then you give us the 4 clues that you said you want to give to us. And of course, I have more questions to ask you. So yes, so that's it from Seun. But before we continue the program, to hear the 4 clues, I feel like it's 4 secrets actually. But before that, let's quickly take a break. And right after that break, we'll be taking the next tip. And after that tip, we'll have the breaker and we'll be back to the studio to continue the program with Seun. Don't go nowhere. We'll be right back. Welcome back. Yes, you're still watching Women's Corner, and that is a safety tip for hazard. But before we take again Seun, because we want to use Seun to wrap up, we're not using any tip. And usually I prepare like 3 tips, but we end up taking just 2 tips. Now this time around, we'll be going after the 4 secrets she wants to share. We'll be going into the family aspect of how wives, mothers can manage their time, especially single mothers and divorce separated mothers, which is very important. I'm taking this because a lot of people have sent messages and I just remembered. So we have to take that last part. So while we are trying to handle, our family stress with this tip, we'll be coming back, of course, hearing the 4 tips, 4 secrets from Seun. Then after that, we have to attend to our mothers, single mothers, and of course the divorced and separated moms. We have to attend to them while we've attended to the singles. So Emmanuel, quickly, let's take the tip for how to handle family stress. And of course, if you're a girl and you still stay with your family, it's still part of it. You can still handle every stress your family you think they're bringing your way. So let's quickly take the tips on how to handle family stress. And then when we come back, we'll be taking Seun and of course her 4 secrets. And we'll talk about how mothers can handle the stress that comes with being a family. We'll be right back. Stay with us. All right. Yes, you're welcome back. You're still watching Women's Corner. And of course, we're talking about time management with Seun David Olumide. And it's been a very beautiful ride. So she is ready to tell us the 4 secrets. She called it 4 clues, but I said 4 secrets and she agreed that they are 4 secrets. So yes. Seun, please, can you tell us what those 4 secrets are before we start talking about I have other questions to actually ask. So let's get to know the 4 secrets first.
Okay, thank you, Blossom. I actually agree like the secret and I'm not confident. So the 4 things that I teach or show at the program Vietnam Masterclass is how to find your season. You must identify the season of your life. If you're putting time management right, you're going to have to identify the season. Is it possible for you to tell whether it is 12 a.m. or 12 p.m. if you don't know the difference between morning and night? So that's why it's important to identify your season. What's your season of life? The general one is we want to know, are you still a teenager, an adult, young adult, mature, single? People are searching. Think about it. Are you between jobs or are married and about to? You need to find out what the season of your life. Identify that first. Yeah. Before you start making the year plan. And then number 2 is that you need to recognize the aspects of your life to plan. Usually people fall down when we begin to plan. If you've been to any conference before, what's your 5-year plan? What's your 10-year plan? What's your goal for the next year? Or what's your New Year resolution? The issue is people try to choose in different directions at once. Now, all of those things that they want to do or to write down and want to achieve, they are. Oh, okay. I think we have network issues. So yes, we're just going to take a short break so that we can continue with the program. So stay with us. We'll be right back. Emmanuel, take it away. All right, welcome back. Yes, so we still have Seun. That was a network problem. But Seun, we're listening to you. Please go ahead. Thank you. Okay. So I said recognize your aspects. You need to recognize it. Because if you do not take out time to find out what is important to you at that particular time, it's possible for you to miss it. So this is how it plays out in your life. I'll still use the example of an undergraduate about to leave school. So at that particular time, even if you are 40 years old and you're thinking you're out of the biological clock for yourself and you should get married, at that particular time, the aspect to plan for your life is not your marital journey. You need to plan how you're going to get out of school and get financially stable first. Because you're 40 years, for instance, and still an undergraduate about to leave school, you're already responsible for yourself. You're going to face economic challenges immediately, no matter how rich you are. Because you will discover that you can no longer claim to be independent.
Right.
So the aspect of your life is important for you to recognize before you start picking the year plan. Otherwise, you won't succeed. Number 3 is you need to create routines. There are routines that are pertinent to you, the particular location, or maybe the culture that you belong to. For instance, a Yoruba child is expected that every morning when you wake up, either you're a boy or girl, to prostrate or you kneel down to meet the elders. That's the routine. Because many of us, I'm a Yoruba woman, for instance, it's not that all the time they enjoy kneeling down, but you just get used to it because you don't want problems.
Obviously.
That's how routine works. The same way you get into the routine and you submit to fitness coach and you begin to come every day and they tell you need to show up, do this to achieve it. If you break it, you won't achieve it. That's what the routine looks like.
Right.
Now, these things are reformed for you by your location. If you live in a place like Lagos, for instance, you can't wake up the same people that live in Ocean State wake up.
Yeah.
It's a thing. So why don't you put the same thing into your life? So you need to create something.
Okay. Oh my God. Network is really, really messing things up for us. Okay, are you still there, Sean?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, I don't know what happened, but please continue.
So create routines that will work in line with the goals that you are setting for yourself.
Okay.
Now, the last part is you need to get accountable. How you get accountable is where you actually have the things for yourself. You can get a coach. You can belong to a group, like an accountability group.
Okay.
There are certain things I set for myself when I want to work some certain goals. I call my teen children to actually be my accountability partner.
Yeah.
So let me just go straight. We are women. I'm a parent. So there are times when I know that the systems have left for parents who cannot work. I was raised shouting and complaining and all of that. And I know that I can't try that in the age that we are in. Now, I didn't break from that habit. I just did the grammar to myself. I went to the people that are my target audience and I gave them power to be able to hold me accountable anytime I pray on them. So I gave them the law when they were younger. If mommy shouts on you, let mom feel that mommy is shouting on you.
Wow.
They the African part of me.
Right? Yeah.
It made me sit up, it made me look out for the things that would make me shout or scream when I could just simply communicate. So I set up accountability for myself everywhere. You can work this for yourself. It's not as simple as you creating, okay, this is the year, this is what I'm going to achieve in the next 1 year. You create your routine. Now get accountable. Look for people that they are ashamed to tell I feel. Look for people that can call you to order when they see you and they can say, hey, madam, you said you're going to do this, I've not done it yet. And they will not be afraid of your face. Yeah. Or better, you can just go and get a coach. And by the time you pay, a little fee, nobody will tell you to listen to the coach.
Trust me. Yes.
So those are the 4 things that you can quickly work out for yourself when you come together and look at that.
Oh, amazing. Thank you thank you so much. It's just so sad that I have some questions I'm supposed to ask you, and that's regards divorced, the separated mothers, and of course the ones who still have their spouses beside them, how they can manage their time when it comes to marriage, their job, and of course self-care, like you said, self-discovery and self-love is very important. But our time is already fast spent, so we have to let you go. But trust me, those four secrets are to die for. They're amazing. And trust me, it works. Like you said, someone who stays in Ondo State, who stays in whatever other states, Abuja, take for example, can wake up by 7 and get to work by 8, 7:30. But you dare not try it in Lagos. So it's already a routine. You know, you have to be awake by 5, 4, 3. And yes, and exactly. And the amazing thing is we're used to the stress, the less hours of sleep, everything. And it's just, I don't know. That's you just gave us the full secret. Trust me, that's amazing. Don't worry, I know definitely the next one you'll be coming to the studio, so we can have to finish this topic because it's very broad and we have to touch every aspect of it. But still, thank you so much for being part of the show. Thank you so much for being a voice for the women. We really appreciate you and we say thank you. I hope you enjoyed the show. All right, thank you. Bye. All right, and that's it from Sheon David Oluride. Like I said, she's a self-mastery coach. So speaking from experience, speaking from what she has been doing over the years, you can see that she has amazing tips to give us. And she was not saying them in just few words. She was saying them in explanations, in explanatory words, and of course, giving examples, even from my experience and experiences of others, so that we can learn more. Remember, if you have missed this program, you can go to our YouTube channel or our Facebook channel at Galaxy TV News to watch this program all over again. And it's something you always want to get back to so you can manage, or I can manage my time properly. Well, that is for now. I want to appreciate everyone who has watched. Thank you so much for watching. And of course, up next, we have news on the end. Right after that, we'll be having the buzz, and where we'll be talking about the state and affairs of the country. Actually, I can't wait for that program because a lot of things have been happening over the weekend. But anyways, for you to know, Shehu David Oluride is a self-mastery coach, a resource engineer, a founder of Diva by Design Resource Company. Okay, and that's it from us today on Women's Corner on Galaxy TV. I'll be seeing you pretty soon. Have a beautiful and a fabulous day for yourself. Bye for now.